This is the intersection of Mesa and Franklin, normally one of the busiest in the city. And even though it's been closed for a week, drivers are still being caught off guard. Of course, you can always do this. Install a security alarm that makes enough commotion to scare away potential thieves. Until about 6 years ago, El Paso firefighters were using the PAL-3 device. Dozens of animals are being euthanized every day here at the Animal Control Shelter. Photographer Daniel Guerrero and I are dressed in safety equipment, typically worn by ASARCO employees inside the plant. Hard hat, glasses, respiratory mask, coveralls, and steel-toe boots. Connie and Nick, a small stream still remains here on Yarborough, just south of I-10, a much different situation earlier today when flash floods raced through this area. Pillow, $1. King-size bed, $69.95. Waking up after sleeping all night on used hotel furniture, priceless. On June 20th, Cerezo Prison in Juarez became the scene of a deadly riot. Authorities later confiscated a huge arsenal of weapons. It's a place no one would choose to visit.
That was the day that I was supposed to get out, you know?
Brian Torres was released about a month before the riot.
Imagine the day they're gonna tell you, hey, you know what, you're getting out, and then everything happens. It would be real ugly.
Cerezo is home to a wide range of prisoners, from those who commit murder to misdemeanors, and they're separated into 3 areas, from the most serious crimes to the least serious. The El Paso native was convicted of being an accomplice to the murders of 2 Juarez traffic cops. His friend, Daigaro Rivera, confessed to the killings, denying Brian's involvement.
Take away your life, your daily life, your routine, everything you do, just like that, from one day to another. And then comes the day that they say, you know what? Here's everything back. You could have it. You'll be like, I couldn't even talk the day that they told me, hey, you know what, you're leaving. Get your stuff and then go out. I didn't take anything. I left my clothes, everything.
Brian's stepmother is now elated that her boy has been tasting a normal life again.
It feels like being born again, you know?
Yo sufrí mucho, mucho.
I suffered very much. When he arrived, I said, thank God, he's finally here. I won't ask for more.
You've been out of prison more than 2 months now. Do you still wake up every morning saying, oh, thank God I'm not in there anymore?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do. I think about it. Since I opened my eyes, I'll be like, thanks.
But forgetting his prison past has not been easy. I remember when I spoke to you in jail, you were pretty optimistic then, but did you truly believe that you'd be here today?
Yes, it was always in mind. That's what kept me up. Going and going and going, and then just looking forward.
Now Brian is leaving for a job interview. He's hoping the door of opportunity will open, and he'll find a job in the culinary field soon. Jesse Chavez, News Channel 9. We are here in the parking lot where the shooting took place around 8 last night. It all went down in about 20 seconds, and here is where the man's mother shared her emotional plea with us.
And they killed my oldest one down in Gary. I lost another one in '92. Now I lost my baby son. That's all the sons I got.
Molly Mills says El Paso police are giving her family the runaround the day after discovering her son was killed by an officer.
They don't tell us anything. They don't want to say nothing.
Investigators say 35-year-old Andrew Cordova of Chaparral had assaulted his wife last night in the parking lot of this shopping center near Trans Mountain Road. It was caught on surveillance video. Police say Officer Roberto Mendoza then tried to arrest him, but Cordova pulled out a gun and the violent struggle began. Shots were fired, one grazing Officer Mendoza's shoulder. 2 others hit Cordova, who died at the scene.
They did not have no right to kill him. They shot him twice, my God. They shot him twice. The police officer just got grazed. They could have brought him down. He was a thin man.
Officer Mendoza was treated for minor injuries. Our request to interview him was denied.
Whenever you're fighting for your life and you're fighting for control over a weapon, that's going to be a violent struggle. You're going to be doing everything you can to maintain. You don't want to lose control of that gun because if you do, you're dead.
This is him at home with his dogs.
Now Mills says she just wants to head back home to Tucumcari, New Mexico with her son so she can give him a proper burial.
I buried his dad and 2 of my other sons, and I want to take him home, and they will not release the body.
Medical examiners say they'll release the body when their investigation is complete. No word on a date yet. Cordova's wife was not seriously hurt. Who's involved?
As a staff member involved and a former youth of this facility. This is an allegation that happened 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Okay. Can you tell me what happened?
No, that's all I can say. It's under investigation.
The head of the Schaefer Halfway House in Far East El Paso reveals some disturbing details on a day when his facility is under the microscope. It's being investigated by 2 men from the State Attorney General's office, one from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and a Texas Ranger.
There is an ongoing investigation. I'm sure you're aware about what else is going on statewide. So we can't really comment at this time as to any part of the investigation, but part of it does entail the El Paso area.
The investigation stems from a juvenile detention facility in the West Texas town of Pyote, about 4 hours east of El Paso. On Monday, we learned about 13 cases reported by the Texas Youth Commission where juvenile inmates were sexually abused, even sodomized, by staff members last year. According to the report, authorities did not prosecute any of those
We
cases.
service a capacity of 24 male youth, and there's usually 1 or 2 admissions per week, and releases are every maybe 2-3 weeks.
The Schaefer House helps young men prepare for their return home after spending time in institutions. Now it's part of a growing scandal.
But we do not know exactly what happened back then.
Jesse Chavez for NBC News.